Well, I never thought I'd be making this video. So, you all know me, what's up, I'm Matt, welcome to the channel. So when I started FPV 4 years ago, well, it seems like a lot longer than that. Like anyone, I started out with hopes and dreams about making it big and stuff like that. But there comes a time when it's time to say goodbye, really. I don't really want to make this video, but unfortunately I'm going to have to. Now, when you're in this game for a long time like I've been, you sort of accumulate a lot of gear. You can see behind me there, quads all over the wall, quads all over the desk. I've got bags full of stuff on the floor there. And it gets to a certain point where it just all gets a bit too much, really. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to sell some stuff. I got you all there, didn't I? Yeah, so that's kind of the plan for this video, really. I've got that much gear, especially quads. I'm going to have to get rid of some. So what I thought I'd do in this video is kind of go through all the quads I have, really. We'll have a quick look at my quads, give a quick rundown of what I've got, sort of decide where I fly on the regular, and put them in two piles, really. Ones I definitely want to keep and ones I might get rid of. So, right, let's do it. Right, so I've just had a little count up there. I think I've got like 18 or 19 quads, all in various stages of being built and stuff like that. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you for half an hour going through every single one. So we're going to group them into little groups and sort of make a decision on each group, really. So in no particular order, we're going to start with my Whoops, because literally on my desk here. So I have got 3 little 65mm Whoops. Now one of these is the Beta FPV Air65. Fantastic little quad this, I really do. It's one of my favourite ones to fly because I literally fly it in the house, really. And all 3 of them are the same, really, sort of built along a similar sort of spec, all using the Beta FPV all-in-ones and stuff like that. Now motor-wise, this one is one of my favourites. It's got the VCI Hobby dual ball bearing motors on, and to be honest, these are probably the quads I fly the most, you know, and ripping around in the house, so I'm definitely not going to sell them, so we'll put them in the not going pile. 2 more Whoops I've got here. I've got an Air 75 and I've got the the Meteor 75 Pro, the 04 one. Again, fantastic little quad this. Only issue I have with it is kind of being 1S, so you can't really go in strong winds, but definitely not getting rid of that because I really, really like that quad, so I'm going to put that one up there. Now, the Air 75. I'm kind of umming and ahhing about that one. If I'm going to fly a quad outside that's a 1S, I sort of go with a Pro. So I think the Air 75 is definitely going to go in the maybe pile, so I'll put that one there. So next on the list, I'm just going to grab them off the wall behind me, really. Let's have a look what we got here. We will go with my 7-inch. Now, this is one of the quads that I do fly pretty regular. Where I live, it's a lot of cliffs and moors and stuff like that, so having a cinematic quad's kind of a must, really, for me. I love this thing. It's absolutely fantastic. I've got the Gem Fan props, Flyfish motors, it's a Fox ear frame. I've got LEDs on this, big 60 amp ESC and they're in there, so definitely not going to get rid of that. Really do like this quad. So while we're on the theme of cinematics, the next one we're going to look at is this. This is the Beta FPV Pavo 20. Now this is a little 3S, 2-inch, like Cinewhoop almost. You can see it's got the O3 air unit in it there. Now again, great little quad this, but I don't really fly it a lot. When it comes to sort of like cinematic flying, I prefer to use the bigger stuff, you know, for flying over the cliffs and stuff. This is okay. It's not exactly a ripper, you know, it's really heavy for what it is for the little 2-inch props and stuff, but again, don't fly it a huge amount, so I think that's definitely going to have to go in the maybe pile. Right, so next quads are the 3.5-inch. These are the Asbo XLRs. Great little quads these, both 4S, Flyfish motors, fly colour ESC and flight controller. Both got Vistas in, yes, Vistas, that's still rocking the Vistas, and I've got little mounts on the top there for putting the Insta360 Go 3 cameras in. Now, these 100% not getting rid of. I absolutely love these things. Whenever I want to go out to a little band or something like that, these are the first quads that I pick up. So definitely not getting rid of them. I absolutely love these things. So while we're talking about bandos, we might as well talk about these. These are my 5-inch bashers. So definitely not going to get rid of these. These are my go-to bashers for 5-inch. I absolutely love these things. These are the Flyfish Volador V2s. I've got the Flyfish sword motors on. Gemfan 5.1-inch props. Still rocking the Vista with the Action 2 on the front there. Now these are absolutely fantastic quads. They're so durable. I bashed the shit out of these and they've never let me down. So yeah, definitely ones to keep. So while we're talking about 5-inch, we might as well have a look at these as well. These are my other two 5-inch builds, both in different states of repair. This is the Mamba number 5 from Mamba FPV and Daddy Loves Quads. Again, both fantastic frames, absolutely fucking bashers these. I beat the shit out of these with no issues. But unlike me Flyfish Voladors, I don't fly these as often. Nothing wrong with them. Again, they're absolute beast. You know, I'm rocking the Vistas in these as well. You'll notice I like to put Vistas in my bashers while I can still get them, because they're a little bit more durable and a little bit cheaper than 03s and 04s are at the minute. Rocking the T-motor slap motors on these bad boys. I think I've got a Mamba ESC in there, Express LRS, and yeah, Action 2. So I do love these quads, I really do. But I think I'm going to have to put them in the maybe pile. Right, so we'll move from 5-inch back to 2-inch again. Two little quads here this time. I've got the Baby Turtle HD from Sub 250, and I've got this, which is a new fresh build actually. This is the, what's it called, the Tooth Grinder from Whoop Trooper. It's basically a shrunken down version of the Bot Grinder Demibot. Now, as you can tell, fresh build, so I'm definitely not getting rid of these. These are two fucking brilliant quads, these. I like to call them my little pocket rippers. Such great little quads, 2S, 2-inch, to have in your pocket and take to a park. Make barely any noise compared to like the bigger stuff, like my 3.5-inch and stuff like that. You can't really rip them around in a park. Whereas these make, well, I wouldn't say no noise, but they make very little compared to anything else. So definitely keeping them. Love these two. Right, kind of a little oddball sort of group in here. We've got this is the Asbo XR, a little 3-inch sort of toothpick build. Now, I've never really done out with this a great deal. It's, you know, it's a cool little frame, little replaceable arm, 3-inch toothpick. But again, not really flown it. Never sort of piqued my interest really. I'm kind of more of a 3.5-inch guy than a 3-inch guy. So definitely going in the maybe pile, that one, I think. That is basically just a spare parts Whoop really. There's a flight controller and an analog VTX in that. That's definitely going. Right, so the next quad we're going to look at here is a 5.5-inch. This is the Flyfish 55. Now, I actually won this quad. I've got a video about this. I'll link up there and down in the video description. Great little quad this, but again, I don't fly it a huge amount. It's got an 04 air unit in it, and I kind of want to take the 04 out of this and put it in something else. I think the 04's, for me, the 04's more of like a cinematic sort of camera. So I want to take that out and kind of put it in something else. But the electronics and the body and the motors of this is something that I think I'm definitely going to put it in the maybe pile. You know, if I've got any doubts about any of these quads, then there's no point keeping them. So yeah, so all the ones in the maybe pile, I might end up just stripping them down really and selling the parts separately, or I might sell some of them full. But yeah, that one's definitely going in the maybe pile. Well, we're almost there now. Just two quads. I've never seen the wall looking so bare. Right, so this is the Flyfish LR4, a little 4-inch long-range quad. Now, currently this has an 03 in with Flyfish motors and a T-motor all in one. And again, I really like this quad, I do. But I just don't fly it. You know, cinematic-wise, I always sort of grab me 7-inch or my 6-inch.
That's what she said.
So again, it's not something that I fly a huge amount. I just really like it. But like I've said, if it's not getting used, then it's going to have to go in the maybe pile. Again, I might strip this down and put the components in something else and sell the bits separately. But yeah, definitely one for the maybe pile. And the final quad. I didn't think we'd get through all them there. This is the Flyfish VD604. Now, obviously, this is a 6-inch long-range quad, kind of cinematic again. Well, like I was talking about the 5.5-inch earlier, This one I'm definitely going to keep. I'm definitely going to take the 04 out of the 5.5 inch, put it in this. By removing the GoPro and the GoPro mount and stuff like that, I'm going to save a lot of weight. And the, you know, the picture quality on the 04 is fucking good enough to use for cinematic stuff. And plus, this, with this being a dead cat, I'm not going to have any props in view. So yeah, this is definitely one that's going to be a keeper, I think. That wall looks super weird empty now. That looks bizarre. Right, so this is the maybe pile. Like I say, I might sell them as is, or I might strip them down and sell them individually and put them all on eBay. So if you want to grab yourself a bit of TS13 FPV history, I'll keep your eyes open on eBay. Right, so one thing I just want to do now quickly before we carry on, just want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. So massive thanks to Tegridy Frank. Your support means a lot, mate. It really does. Helps keep this shit show running. If any of you guys want to join my Patreon, there's links down in the video description. You get access to these videos up to a week early. You also get to message me, and I might even wash your car and walk your dog. And yeah, just as an extra bonus, the channel is now offering memberships. So similar sort of perks to patrons. You just don't get the videos a week early. You might get them 1 or 2 days early. So again, for £1 or £2 a month or wherever it is, if you want to support the channel, it's another good way to do it. And there's some merch down there. So alright, let's get on with the video. So there we are. That's kind of all that sorted out really. I kind of made this as more a bit of therapy for me really than it was for you, but I thought I'd bring you lot along on the journey with me. Yeah, these quads, I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to sell them as is or strip bits down and sell them individually or swap a few bits between other quads and stuff like that. I definitely want to, I kind of want to keep the 03 air units because they're kind of like rocking horse shit really at the minute. They're relatively difficult to get, so I'm going to keep them as long as I can. But I can't keep everything, you know. If I'm not flying it, it might as well go to somebody who's gonna. So yeah, keep your eyes open on eBay for this gear. That's kind of it really. So like I said before, if you did enjoy this video, please think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next one.